Hi there, I'm Chris. Welcome to Jumpstart. Today we're going to be chatting about how the National Energy Skills Center, the NESC, can help you jumpstart your career in the energy and industrial sectors, or maybe even start your own business.
I think I need a jump start.
Today we'll be chatting with Judaline Cassidy. Judaline is a Trinidad-born New Yorker who's also known as the Feminist Plumber. Hi Judaline, welcome to Jumpstart.
Thanks for having me.
It's really nice to have you. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today. The first question I usually ask our guests is, are you a morning person or do you need help to jumpstart your day?
I am definitely a morning person. Yeah, definitely.
So you don't need to drink any coffee to be off like the Energizer Bunny?
No, I'll get up, but I do need coffee. But I can get up without like it being like, oh, it's morning. No, it's good. I can definitely get up. Yeah,
Imagine you
no
then
problem
me.
with
I'm
that.
like snoozing my alarm 50 times before I actually get off the bed.
No, I don't do that.
And I'm sure that serves you very well in your field. So let's talk about that. I know that you are from Trinidad, but you're now the Feminist Plumber in New York. Tell me a little bit about your background.
So I grew up in Trinidad and Tobago, of course, TNT, in Diego Martin. So I'm originally from Diego Martin. Right next to Covine Road, there's a nice little side street called Carey Street. And that's where I grew up. And that's actually my daughter's name. I named after a street in Trinidad. If it was a boy, he would be Diego. But that's where I grew up in Trinidad and Tobago, and I attended Tranquility Primary School, and then I went to Diego Martin Secondary, and then after that I went to John Donaldson Technical Institute. That's where I pursued plumbing. That's kind of like how my journey into plumbing started.
What made you decide to choose plumbing?
Well, growing up in Trinidad and Tobago, actually I wanted to be a lawyer, and my great grandmother, who when she passed away, I couldn't afford to go to university. So I've always been ambitious, and I just wanted to be able to take care of myself, find a way to be self-sufficient, and the trades was the next free option. So I read it when I was in secondary school at Diego Martin. I got kicked out of the home economics. I got kicked out of shorthand. I got kicked out of typing. And I did technical drawing. So I think that kind of laid the foundation for like not thinking the trades was something that I couldn't do, because I was already kind of doing all that stuff anyway. So that's how it started. Just wanting to be a lawyer and not having that opportunity, and needed to make a pivot, and there it was, the pivot.
And I'm sure you have no regrets about that, right?
I have no regrets on choosing plumbing, because plumbing has brought me from that beautiful twin island that I love, Trinidad and Tobago, to the United States, where I have acquired a skill that helps me take care of my family, take care of my community, and I get to be a Trinidadian here, and then I have a skill that's transferable any part of the world. I can pick up and decide I want to move, and I still have a job. So no regrets.
That's wonderful. So you're a woman in a field that's typically male dominated. When you were here in Trinidad and you were at John Donaldson, were you the only female in the class or were there others?
So when I was in Trinidad at John Donaldson Technical Institute, there was 3 of us in the plumbing class they picked, but 2 of us stayed. I think 1 left and 2 of us stayed, and then finally 1 person stayed. So no, there was 3 of us. So it was great to have other women in the class with me. Yeah, that was awesome.
And what has your experience been like as a woman in the field? How do your peers respond to you and how do clients respond to you?
So we have twofold, both respond in the same way sometimes. So a lot of my brothers, I like to call them, at first, when I first started 20 something years ago plus, they didn't. Some did, some didn't. And I had to earn their respect by my work ethic, showing up for work every single day, giving 100% and learning to master my craft. The funny thing is, with customers or clients or people in general, women tend to love the idea that I'm a plumber. They think it's so cool. And then we have women, literally last week, I knocked on someone's door because I work for New York City Housing Authority, which is called Niture. And I said to the lady, plumber, and she says, there's no way you could be a plumber. The plumber is a guy, and she slammed the door in my face. Literally.
What did you do?
I just laughed because it's her loss. She just missed out with the feminist plumber in her apartment. And she actually called the Niger people downstairs and said there was a lady trying to get into her apartment that wasn't a plumber. So it's both. And I don't take offense because people need to be educated. And the more they get to meet women like myself who are in the trades doing plumbing, sheet metal, carpentry, auto mechanic, it will change their view. So I look at it as an opportunity to change our mind. Most women let me in and then they're like, oh my gosh, you're a really good plumber. And of course, I'm Trinidadian, braggadocious, I'm always bragging. So I was like, of course, I'm a good plumber. And they like that. So yeah, it's great. Once I can get past that hurdle of letting them know that women are doing this and we are succeeding and thriving in this industry.
And I know that you're pushing that through your activism. Can you tell us a bit about your podcast and of course about Tools and Tiaras, your nonprofit?
So through my podcast, which is called Tradeswomen Talk, and again, it's so serendipitous that I named the organization Tools and Tiaras without thinking it was TNT. I named Tradeswomen Talk.
It's in your blood.
It's just there, if you see me on TV, I'm always rocking the Trini bandana. When I'm working, I always wear bandanas. But the Tradeswomen Talk is the idea behind that was to actually educate young boys and girls about the lucrative careers that exist in the plumbing, in the construction industry. So I travel and I do a lot of speaking engagements. I do workshops for boys and girls talking about the trades. So Tradeswomen Talk, we really try to bring different men and women that are in the trades to show people that you could decide to be a lawyer like I wanted to be and then end up being the feminist plumber. You could start off being wanting to be a doctor and then you found that the trades, we literally have people like that in the trades. And to change the misconception of the trades, of how people look down and think that people in the trades are not intelligent, they're not really smart. They're the smartest group of people that I know, in the sense that we have to build structures and buildings and bridges and stuff that people use daily and are safe. So that's kind of Tradeswomen Talk. And then the funny thing about Tradeswomen Talk is also my co-host is also a sister from the island. She's from Antigua. So we do this together. Yes, we met on the job site 20 years ago and we remained friends and we do this together to show. And she's a cement mason and she's the only cement mason for the fire department of New York City. So that's what Tradeswomen Talk is. And then Tools and Tiaras was my attempt to bring the trades to little girls and women, to let them know that you are overlooking a whole industry that is very, very, very lucrative and lucrative on par with other careers, but good in the other sense that you don't have to incur college debt in order to do this. So that's really what Tools and Tiara is, and we really try our best to do monthly workshops for women and girls. And then we have an all-girls summer camp that we do in person. And right now, after I get off with you, I have to jump on and do a virtual camp, which is this week. So that's the premise, just to bring the trades to little girls and to the masses, and let mothers and fathers know that your daughter, your son could do this and excel.
Are parents responsive? Are they excited to have their little girls and their little boys learn trades?
Well, at the beginning, we have a lot more mothers and fathers excited for their daughters to do it. But the flip side, what we're finding out is the parents didn't realize how lucrative it is. So now they're like, oh my gosh, I should be a plumber. Oh my gosh, I should be a mason. Like literally, it's one of the best kept secret, which is, it's partly our fault, but a lot of people really have no idea how lucrative it is. So we get to bring that to them, and they're very receptive, and I think a lot more people are ready for it now, because COVID proved how resilient having a career in the trades is, because a lot of people lost their jobs. But the tradespeople, for example, if I decided I didn't want to be a plumber and we out of work for like a month or two, I could decide for a year I wanted to start to be a singer, and after a year it didn't work out, I could always come back and do this and have the exact same salary, whatever the rate is. So that's what people realize. So that's why it's a big push for people to get the trades back in visibility. And also a lot of countries like Trinidad need to invest in the trades again, like it had before, to give kids more options, because not everybody, it's not that they're not smart enough, not everybody wants to work in an office. That's part of it.
Exactly. You know, some people are just really good with their hands, and then like you said, it's extremely lucrative, it's recession proof. You still need to have your refrigerator fixed, your toilet fixed in a recession, COVID or no COVID, you know. So are there any plans to bring Tools and tiaras to Trinidad?
Yes, that is a plan. I just have to activate it in the sense of starting to reach out and connect with some of the government officials and let them see that it's really, really important that our kids know that this is an option. Because really and truly, if I didn't have that option of going to John D, where would I be? I mean, like, I would succeed anyway, because that's just my nature. I'm a go-getter and a go-giver, but we need to bring this back. We need to let the kids have an option. We need to make our country one where we're not importing labor, that we are self-sufficient. We have our countrymen working on the plumbing, our countrymen working on these big buildings that we build. It's really sad that that isn't happening, and we need to make that happen. So I would love to bring Tools and Tiaras to Trinidad.
I think that is something the National Energy Skills Center would love to come on board with you for and with. So yeah, I hope that happens sometime soon, and maybe we can even talk about it offline.
Yes, definitely. It's really, really important, because I even went to the Cayman Islands and spoke to students in the school there about it. And a lot of them, you know, didn't look at it like they could stay on their island, like literally stay on their island, which is beautiful, because Trinidad is beautiful, and don't have to contend with the cold weather that I have to work in. Like, people don't understand like how great it is to have a warm place, music, food, all of that, and the love of that island. And you don't have to leave there to be successful. You could stay there and be successful with the trades. I mean, yes, I left, but every time I come home, I say to myself, wow, I could have the most awesome plumbing business in Trinidad. And that's what I want kids to know. Like, don't just look at the television and feel like you don't have to, you could be successful right there, having something, your own business, a trade, especially a trade. Definitely. There's not enough plumbers in Trinidad, tiles, auto mechanic, and auto mechanics are not the way it was before with Grease Monkey, like they used to think of it in that way, you know. Now it's all computer generated. Like literally, we took our girls to Mercedes for one of our workshops, and every kid was down there working on cars with a laptop and an iPad. That's what we want to get our students to do.
That really sounds amazing.
It is. It was amazing to see. And the girls were really like, oh my gosh, two of them want to work for Mercedes now as auto technicians because the salary is really good. Same thing, just like ours. Over $100,000 a year after you finish and you learn. Now just think about that. It's, you can do that. So,
and I mean, even if you don't decide to work for a company, you have the option of entrepreneurship and you get to be your own boss, choose your own hours, choose your own clients.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it does, that liberation, that freedom. And then by having that, you are contributing to the economy, to your country, to Trinidad and Tobago, like I'm contributing to the US right now because my skill set is not just benefiting me, it benefits everybody. So that's the plus effect.
So at the National Energy Skills Center, we're currently recruiting for our September 2021 intake. And of course, one of our programs is plumbing, along with about 9 other skill areas. We want to know how you would advise or what advice you would give to young women who are maybe on the fence about applying to study a trade.
I would say definitely, hands down, apply and do it because it's a game changer. Trust me, I'm Googleable. Like I just say that to be fun, but look it up and look and see how my life has changed growing up in Trinidad and Tobago. Really, really, I was poor. And the only thing that I had for me was the desire to succeed. And if you have the desire to succeed and you believe that plumbing, electrical, any one of these courses that they're offering is for you, jump on it. Do not sleep on it. Grab the opportunity and make the best of it. And don't make excuses. Because when I had to go to Dundee, I was just telling the lady who works with me, and some people don't know this, I used to walk to school from Diego Martin to Dundee sometimes when I didn't have money. Sometimes I had no money, no food for lunch, and I just went to school because I knew that I would succeed. So wherever you're starting right now is now where you're going to end up. You're going to end up somewhere better, but you can only do that by believing in yourself and really acting. Acting is, a lot of people fail because they don't act. So act on this opportunity and succeed. I would say go for it. And if you need somebody to talk to, you can reach out to me. People reach out to me all the time and DM me, and they actually surprised I call them. I'm not too good with the emails because I have a full-time plumbing job, but I really do call and motivate women to go ahead and do this. So try it, give it a shot. You got nothing to lose but win.
Well, you've heard it from Judaline, the feminist plumber. So give it a shot. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Judaline, I know you just said that you're okay with persons reaching out to you and DMing you. So tell us what your Instagram handle is.
My name, everything you want to find me. That's why I say Googleable, because somebody told me they Googled me. So if you Google me, you can find me on Instagram. My name, Judaline. It's unusual. It'll come right up. I'm on LinkedIn. You can find me. And if you want, like sometimes we need somebody to tell us and to see how magnificent we are. And somebody did that for me, helping me get into the union in the US. And I do that right now for other people. If you need somebody to remind you that God put you here for a purpose and everybody have that, reach out. I'll help as best as I can.
Thank you so much. And it was a real pleasure chatting with you this morning. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you, Kristen, for having me. It was great because I love being able to speak to my island people, and that's one of my make time.
Thank you. So are you off to work today? Is today a day off for you? What's a typical day for you like?
So a typical day as a plumber for me, which is a little bit better now. When I lived in Pennsylvania, you have to be ready to work in construction. You get up early. So I started at 3 o'clock. Now my day starts at 5. I get up at 5 in the morning. I pray, I meditate. Sometimes I work out. Since COVID, the gym is not my friend anymore because I don't want to be up in the gym those weeks I had. So that happens. And then I start work at 8 o'clock. And sometimes my day ends at 8:30, 9 o'clock. But this week I took off because I have the virtual camp, which is right after this I jump on. But that's typically my day, that it starts off like that. Early start.
Sounds like a very productive day. So let me let you go ahead and get ready for camp, and thank you again for chatting with us today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Jumpstart. head over to the description box below and click on the link where you can get more information about the program and apply. If you have any questions at all, just slide into our DMs on Facebook or Instagram. We'll be happy to answer any and all questions that you have. Until next time, stay safe and bye for now.